What's happening?
Alright, this is another update for my little RPG I've been working on. There's a few things, a few minor tweaks that I've added to it, such as an overhaul of the sprites again, certain ones. For instance, the favorites in this game are probably Uggle Monster and Imp Monster. Up one of those two. But I went back and I tweaked all of the starters that you have. So now you start with babies opposed to rookies, which is what I had on any other update you see before this. Later on, I'll go into the save or the continue, and I'll show you guys what they all look like. But yeah, let's skip this shit. I don't really feel like watching this. But now that I have babies instead of rookies, it gives you a lot more evolutions to go through, which means a lot more sprites that I had to research and create again. It's all good though. I got it done, so no worries. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just gonna show you guys as many overhaul sprites as I can, and we'll go from there. And I'll just walk you guys around and show you what's new. I started with the legendary D1 device, which gets you a Bodemon, which turns into like Uggle Monster. So I'll just show you guys his sprite since I'm on him right now. In a previous update, which was called the evolution test, this is what he looked like. I didn't like that sprite. When looking at my games in general, if you see any pixelation in any of my sprites, chances are I'm gonna go back and redraw that shit. This is what he used to look like. This is what he looks like now. Yeah, I'm a big time researcher, and I believe in having the highest res. I know this is an RPG Maker game and it's supposed to be limited, but let's break those limits, you guys. As you can see, this is something I researched on Google. I found a static forward position for him, and I drew in a shit ton of angles for him and animations. As you can see, there's different versions of this Bodemon. That Bodemon has green eyes. That's not the one that I have. That Bodemon evolves into a monster that you have never seen previously. Actually, fuck it, that's my invention. It's a green eye Bodemon. Kind of like I guess like turning War Greymon into Black War Greymon. Just that palette swap, those little things, it could mean all the difference in the world. Plus, I had to invent a few evolutions for that green eye Bodemon. So, actually, fuck it, I'm gonna name it the Black Bodemon. That's his new name from this update forward. Depending on the Bodemon that you have on your team, because there's more than 2 different versions of that Bodemon that you can get. But depending on the monster that you have on your team, that Bodemon will switch. And he fucking hates you as the green eye version. But there's other versions of him that are nicer, for lack of a better word. Right now I have a Koromon. As you can see, how red sprites looks. It just looks like an anime. That's honestly what I want overall for this creation here, is just to feel like I'm playing a cartoon, because I've never seen any iteration of this game created that gives you that feeling. The world map, as you can see, there's babies everywhere. I went back and found HD pictures for all of the babies, and I've drawn in 360 rotation sprite sheets and did animations for everything. I've shown you guys a previous update my current mons in the bank. But what I didn't show you is that depending on the monster that you have, you'll have an Agumon working in the bank, just like in the previous game. Fortunately, if Agumon is on your team, which is a new method that I found in the scripts, but if you have a certain monster on your team, it'll switch out the monster with the appropriate one. Like, for instance, you got that Agumon in the bank, right? Well, when I evolve this monster into an Agumon, it's going to switch him out with something else, which is another monster I invented. I'm just showing you guys that the poop function is still here. I think from redigitized to next order, they completely just took the animation out, and that's like the funniest part of the game. When I was a little kid and I played this game and I'd see like the monsters go up there and take a shit, I lost it, man. Like, nothing makes a kid laugh harder than seeing some shit like that. That and the monsters having personalities. I've yet to see a version of the game where the monsters have their own personalities outside of DW1. Yeah, let's evolve him real quick. Okay, Now I have an Ogre Monster. This is the classic legendary Ogre Monster from season 1, who works in the bank. Well, when we enter the bank, I'm going to show you guys that just how my monsters swap out depending on who you have on your team, which I think is important, which I had to go back and do for every map in this world, which is, it's worth it, you guys, because as you can see, the end product is just amazing. Yeah, I'm YOLO with it. As you can see, that's Kermit, which is what it says on the sign manager, Kermit. He's based heavily off of Kermit the Frog, which is like this old school puppet from like Muppet Babies and the Muppets in general. But yeah, long story short, that's one of my monsters that I put in here. And there's a lot of Easter eggs and silly shit from like old school back in the day entertainment that I put in here. Depending on the time of the day, the sun comes out, you get weather effects, and they all depend on this new time system. I went and found a script that I really like. That's a time script, and it helped me out with planning shit out. In my previous updates, I didn't use a time system. I actually integrated like more or less an interval of minutes and seconds from the original program itself. As you can see, my high-res redrawn Leomon sprites are dope as fuck. I might tweak those. I went back and tweaked my parallaxes. This shadow, for instance, I had to kind of break it up and serrate the edges, sort of blend in with the leaves. Down on the bottom left, if you caught it, that's a new variation of the Ogre Monster, which is the version from the movie, which I believe was evil. Yeah, we're gonna, just for now, we're gonna digivolve this character to a Coromon, just for reasons. But as you can see from my parallaxing, if you've seen any of my other updates, you can see what all I've tweaked, which is, it's a lot of stuff, you guys. Fuck it, I'll show you the gym, how the gym works too later, because I had my best friend come over for a little bit, and he came over and tried the game out, and the first thing he did was walk to that gym, and the gym was incomplete, because this is actually a demo I'm showing you guys that I've been throwing together for some time. But now I went back and tweaked that gym, and it's fully functional. Yeah, this is just me giving you guys a taste of the voice acting that I have integrated throughout this thing, which is, for me, is super important, because I'm annoyed by reading subtitles and shit like that, and nobody speaking. It just feels outdated. All right, let's dab over to the gym real quick. Like, I'll walk up in that motherfucker and show you guys what all you can do in there. I don't want to do everything, because honestly, training in the gym is time consuming. It ups your stats, but it's time consuming. And earlier, since I didn't show you guys this movie Ogre Monster earlier, just because I have a baby, I didn't want to fight him. But I'll give you a better look. Yeah, he's pretty big in comparison to mine. As you can see, it's not just a recycle of the same sprites. It's actually a new hand-drawn sprite that I did research, and I looked at the movie to make sure that I get everything on par. Alright, we're big again. As you can see, my version of him is very tiny. That's because it's the season 1 version. It's not the same monster from the movie. People get that confused oftentimes. That Ogre Monster that evolved into that badass gray one on that first movie isn't the same one from season 1, you guys. It's a totally different monster. Even though we all know the monsters, Ogre Monster is specifically designed for Tai Chi, or Tai, who's the main protagonist from the show if you haven't seen it. Let's just test some stuff out. We'll do the speed training. Yeah, as you can see, same bell sound effects from the previous game. They run just like they ran in the previous game. Slight modifications. The training isn't very long. He'll run maybe 3 to 4 laps, and then he'll stop. Or you can get the option of just pressing a button and it'll stop it ahead of time. But for the most part, training is more tedious in my game. The reason I've done that is mainly because I've noticed in all the previous iterations from Redigitize the Next Order that when you train, it only takes like a split second. You could like level your monster up in like less than 5 minutes, which drove me batshit. I don't know about you guys, but like I've watched those playthroughs and it freaked me the fuck out. As you can see, his stats increase and decrease appropriately. There's just a ton of shit in this gym. I really don't want to show all of it. but fuck it, we'll go through most of these just so you guys can get a taste of what my RPG is like. Let's try defense. It'll make him a little dumber. He's getting hit in the face with a boxing bag. So yeah, yeah. As you guys can see, it perfectly mimics the first game. Of course, my little tweaks have been added to it for my own personal preference, but not much has changed. Which is the goal of my game is to remake the original game, but upgrade it to where we're playing an anime instead of those polygons. I hated the graphics in the first game. Um, yeah, stats increase and decrease accordingly. Let's go somewhere else. Fuck this. Let's try. I guess we do offense. Okay, for the offense training, he hits the post like in the first game. It brings your speed down a little bit because you're getting stronger. I try to be sensible with this stuff. Boom. That fire effect that the monster is doing is temporary. I will be taking that out later. This is only for the demo, or rather for this video, to show you guys that the later evolutions will have effects when they hit that. I forget the name of it. Forget it. When they're striking the training equipment, they have effects for the larger monsters and whatnot. Let's do one more. I don't want to sit in this gym all day, but we'll try HP, I guess. HP brings your HP up 10, and then brings your defense down 1. I try to make sense with the stats. As you guys can see, just like in the previous game, he pushes the rock. For the two up top, it's the same. For the brain training on the top left with the light bulb, he essentially stands in front of the board, and I teach him shit. The MP training, which is that blue target on the top right of my character, he stands under the waterfall. It's just the monster walking under the waterfall and standing there. It's nothing special. But I was just showing you guys that the gym is fully functional now. Mostly for my fam, my brother, when he came over to play this. Just to show him that I'm paying attention to the shit that he did in this game. There were also some other things he did, like he fast traveled. The first thing my bro did was went to the birds of transport, and he fast traveled somewhere, and it was kind of funny. But he fast traveled to a map that was pretty far from where we are right now, and it took him there, but he had a hard time getting back. Which I'm finding ways to make I guess your navigation through this world easier. But basically alternate ways to fast travel other than that birds of transport, so that you don't warp yourself somewhere really far and have no idea how to get back. Yeah, let's do the starters. For the starters, we had rookies, right? Well, now we're doing babies. I went back and I drew in the appropriate babies. As you can see, the eye color for the Bodomines changed, but not just that, his size. There's if you get a Data Squad version of Bodemine, he's twice the size of the original. He has different eye colors too. All of the babies have been redrawn and plugged in here. Basically, just scrolling through. Yeah, fuck it. Just take my word for it. You have babies now as you started, and I have every evolution all the way up to Mega for each one of my monsters, and they are HD hand-drawn sprites. Other than that, if you like my work, if you want to see more, subscribe. Be on the lookout for a new evolution video. I'm going to do another evolution test that's going to update my previous one. I'm going to showcase a lot of new shit, such as my try monsters that I put in here. And also I found a thing called Digimon Universe, which is like some new kid show that's out. But I like the designs of the monsters and shit, so I will be putting them in here too. And I don't know, I like to think ahead. Other than that, God bless. Everybody be safe. If you like my stuff, you want to follow in my footsteps, by all means, take what you want. Peace.